Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Sunday, January 2nd, at 11:03 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 496 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. What's behind the public health switcheroo on COVID? Powerball jackpot climbs to $522 million. 4 winning tickets claim $1 million prizes. France to ease COVID rules as England says curbs are last resort. Capitol rioters tears too, remorse don't spare them from jail. January 6th committee prepares to go public as findings mount. You fans know nothing, Ohio State senior defensive back Marcus Williamson tweets during the Rose Bowl. Chilling Trump letter calling for seizure of election material revealed in log to January 6th probers. The Navy says it fired the top 2 officers of the combat ship USS Montgomery due to loss of confidence in their ability to command. She was a child bride. Why does her ex still share custody of their child? Kevin couldn't handle that sexiness. Torrey Hart's late post leaves fans' jaws on the floor. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Cape Town, major blaze rips through South Africa Parliament building, BBC News. South Korean crosses armed border in rare defection to North, Reuters. 3 people missing and feared dead from fierce Colorado wildfire, Reuters. 1 important and dangerous way the Omicron surge is different than previous surges in the U.S., CNN. Miley Cyrus suffers wardrobe malfunction during New Year's Eve special, Fox News. Eric Adams sworn in as mayor of New York City, The Guardian. 2022 Rose Bowl was Ohio State's, Utah's rebuke of Kirk Herbstreit, Los Angeles Times. 2022 WWE Day 1 results, recap, grades, Brock Lesnar pins Big E to win WWE Championship in Wild main event, CBSSports.com. Kentucky storm, floods, power outages and possible tornadoes, NPR. Dana White issues fiery response to Jake Paul, nobody on earth thinks that you really wrote that, MMA fighting. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Trump letter calling for seizure of election material revealed in log to January 6th probers. Clueless CNN runs raunchy tweets during Times Square celebration. Betty White says NL episode to re-air tonight. 21 people rescued after being stuck overnight in aerial tram in New Mexico. Texas governor asks for federal help with COVID testing, treatments as cases climb. COVID, crappy weather bring more cancelled flights into the new year. Austrian Holocaust survivor MRS, Gertrude dies at 94. South Korean officials warned that cats have been starting fires by turning on stoves. Former Broncos, Falcons, Giants coach Dan Reeves dies at 77. Why Nicolas Cage doesn't like being called an actor. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Man makes painting for his COVID nurses. Community remembers hit and run victims. Automate resigns as Lafayette City Court judge. December tornadoes on the rise. Teacher gets vehicle repaired for free. Thieves caught stealing customers' Hellcat. Vet receives service dog 10 years. Columbus police investigating shooting death of 15-year-old teen. Search continues for driver after SUV crashes. School district hit by cyber attack. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. U.S. flight cancellations pass 2,500. South Korea says a known person crossed DMZ into North. South Africa Parliament fire still burning after hours. A Spanish mystery, is a masked restorer to blame for a church's botched repair? China moves to overhaul protections for women's rights, sort of. Jim Green, NASA's retiring top scientist, says we can terraform Mars. Puerto Rico faces staggering COVID case explosion. Left and center-left both claim Stacey Abrams, who's right. Coming soon to this Cole County, Soar, in a big way. 21 people rescued after a freezing night stranded in aerial tram cars. The following headlines are from the 6th most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Best of political cartoons, Florida Dreaming. Colorado wildfire, 3 people reported missing, cause still being investigated. Pete Davidson of SNL spends New Year's Eve nostalgic for 2009, we didn't even know how good we had it. Kim Jong-un largely ignores U.S., South Korea in year-end speech, vows weapons development. Scotland moved to pardon thousands executed as witches, 400 years later. Quebec dog owners howl over coronavirus curfew rules, ministry backpedals, reports. Betty White remembered by U.S. Army for World War II volunteer service. Miley Cyrus suffers wardrobe malfunction during New Year's Eve special. Cleveland area carjackers have declared war, prosecutor says, after police officer shot dead. Critical race theory in curriculum reveals a lot of lost Americans, Shamika Michelle. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Sunday, January 2nd. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. BBC cut jokes from Christmas classic Nativity on iPlayer over fears of causing offense. Priti Patel vows to slow visa applications from nations that won't take back criminals. The Millennium Bug is back, Microsoft is working around the clock to fix Y2K22 email glitch. 70 miles per hour gusts will drag UK temperatures to 3°C on Tuesday. Lady Mary actress Michelle Dockery is laden with shopping after popping into TK Maxx. Former Manly ferry MV Barracuda sinks in Sydney Harbour with 2 people on board. ITV News star dies of cancer aged 46. Secondary school pupils will be told to wear face masks all day when they return this week. All Kate Middleton ever wanted was a house in the countryside, loads of kids, dogs and an aga. Jade Wright, guy who lost 10 years of her life to anorexia, shares how she turned her life around. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is the Washington Post World News Feed. Fire sweeps through South African Parliament, damaging historic buildings. Korea, unidentified person crosses border into North Korea. 4 Syrians die after burning coal for heat in South Lebanon. A lost library of works by the Bronze Sisters was destined for sale, then Britain rallied. Israel strikes Hamas targets in Gaza following rocket launches. French burn fewer cars on New Year's Eve due to pandemic. North Korea's Kim Jong-un vows to solve economic crisis and bolster military. Israeli jets hit militant targets in Gaza after rocket fire. COVAX vaccine deliveries surge in final stretch of 2021, with a record 300 million doses sent out in December. Omicron's New Year's cocktail, sorrow, fear, hope for 2022. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. COVID live news, masks to return in classrooms in England, France to ease some restrictions from Monday. Fire breaks out in South African Parliament in Cape Town. There's a new tax rule for U.S. small business owners, what to make of it, Gene Mark. Whistleblower warns baffling neurological illness affects growing the number of young adults. Your attention didn't collapse, it was stolen. My son's growth this year is impressive, just don't compare him to a porpoise, Amos O'Reilly. Bulls' DeMar DeRozan makes history with second buzzer beater in 24 hours. NASA's Webb telescope is a joy, but it's the private ventures that push it limits, Martin Rees. Trump acolytes vie for key election oversight posts in U.S. midterms. After her conviction, let's call Ghislaine Maxwell what she is, a sex trafficker, not a socialite. Jonah Smith. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Fire burns South Africa's parliament building in Cape Town. Judge blocks COVID vaccine mandate for Head Start program. Egypt pushes for calm after flare-up in Gaza hostilities. Russian, Czech junior hockey teams removed from plane. Arrests made in carjacking death of off-duty police officer. Judge, Prince Andrew cannot halt lawsuit with domicile claim. New Year's Day brings weather threats as Kentucky Gov declares state of emergency. Off-duty NYPD officer shot while sleeping in car between shifts, authorities say. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Cape Town, major blaze rips through South Africa Parliament building. South Korean crosses DMZ in rare defection to North Korea. Light pollution, Parker Group saving energy by turning off city lights. Isami, tiny tigers and trees as tasty treats. U.S. flight cancellations with new holiday peak amid COVID and bad weather. Map drawn from memory helps reunite kidnapped Chinese man with family. New Year's Eve fireworks kill and injure in Europe despite bans. COVID, UAE bans foreign travel for citizens without booster jab. Coronavirus pandemic, Antarctic outpost hit by COVID-19 outbreak. French car burning returns for New Year's Eve. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. AP top stories. New Year's Eve shooting kills 3, injures 4 others in Mississippi, police say, investigation ongoing. 3 people missing, nearly 1K structure scorched in Colorado wildfire, officials say. A treacherous start to 2022, storm brings flooding, lost power, possible tornado to the south. 8,000 plus U.S. flights cancelled, delayed amid Omicron surge, COVID-19 enters 4th calendar year, updates. The day in pictures. U.S. passes 2M cases in 1 week for first time during pandemic. South Africa study finds Omicron less severe. Latest COVID-19 updates. 2021 is pulling out all the tricks. Fish rain from the sky in rare phenomenon in Texas. Powerball jackpot approaching $500 million. Will there be a winner drawn Saturday? The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. In wake of hazing scandal, Mater Day president steps down. It's nice being back. Rose Parade returns to smaller but enthusiastic crowd amid Omicron surge. Photos. After canceling last year, the 2022 Rose Parade is back, in full bloom. Smaller crowds greet Rose Parade's return to Pasadena amid Omicron surge. Younger adults driving coronavirus surge in Southern California. Magnitude 3.5 quake hits near Coalinga, California. 6 people injured in shooting at South LA supermarket. Officers in Riverside County fatally shoot driver who rammed into police cruisers, authorities say. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Sunday, January 2nd, 2022. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More, from other news sources, is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Finland says it could join NATO if it wants to, despite Russia's opposition. French burn fewer cars on New Year's Eve due to pandemic. Map drawn from memory helps reunite kidnapped Chinese man with family. Before the legal marriage age for women is raised to 21 inches, India, there is a rush to marry them off. Taiwan's Evergreen hands out up to 40 months' salary as year-end bonus. Beijing gives villages in India Chinese names as it seeks to expand in contested borderlands. Police break up 50-person New Year's Eve sex orgy in Spain for breaking COVID rules. Documents show Chinese government collects droves of data from Western social media, report. India quietly launches third Arihant-class nuclear-powered submarine, report. 874 cars were torched in France on New Year's Eve, fewer than in previous years. Over 1,900 cars were torched in 2019. It has become a so-called tradition, occurring in spite of law enforcement efforts to stop it. Amsterdam changes zoning laws to stop more tourist development. Germany hits out at Brussels plan to label nuclear and gas green. Pope calls for end to violence against women in New Year message. Boris Johnson asks ministers to plan for COVID workplace absences of up to 25% coronavirus. Moscow warns Finland and Sweden against joining NATO amid rising tensions. The next headlines are from Forbes. Notre Dame chokes in Fiesta Bowl, but Marcus Freeman isn't to blame. FC Barcelona vs Mallorca preview, team news and starting lineup. Eat and drink Pinkstas and Xacali in Spain's San Sebastian. EO charging targets fleets, a strategy that will help it go public. WWE Day 1 2022 results, winners, news and notes as Reigns tests positive, Brock Lesnar wins. Walgreens may sell Boots UK pharmacist to private equity. Dana White vs Jake Paul, the UFC president fires back at Paul's challenge. Xpeng, Neo F shipments climb in December as China makers cap year of big gains. Au revoir NBC Sports Network. Jessica Wong named CEO at Hong Kong billionaire Vincent Lo's flagship Shui on land. The world population update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,755,097,011 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Richard Rusty Citron, movie marketing maven, dies at 68. Bobby Bones says he's not returning to American Idol for season 20. The Mary Tyler Moore Show deaths in 2021 reflect passage of time for network TV. Peaky Blinders Season 6 trailer, Anya Taylor-Joy returns for final season. Remembering Betty White's legacy as an animal advocate, from the pet set to the LA Zoo. Harry Potter reunion's most shocking reveal, Emma Watson almost quit playing Hermione midway through the film series. Andy Cohen went on a tipsy New Year's Eve rant about outgoing NYC Mayor Bill de Blasio, sayonara, sucka. Spider-Man, No Way Home tops New Year's Eve box office with $15.4 million. Release of Indian blockbuster RRR postponed as Omicron surges across India. Impractical Jokers, Joe Gatto leaves comedy show. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Trump still says his supporters weren't behind the January 6th attack, but I was there. Kentucky storm brings flooding, damage and power outages. Dan Reeves, one of the most successful coaches in NFL history, dies at 77. A plain pine coffin and eco-friendly cremation are the last acts of Desmond Tutu. COVID-19 experts, athletes and Daniel Craig make the UK's honours list. US COVID cases continue to skyrocket and disruptions abound as 2022 begins. Snow puts out Colorado wildfires with 3 people missing and nearly 1,000 homes burned. At his funeral, Tutu is remembered for helping end apartheid and championing rights. North Korea's Kim vows to build up military and maintain antivirus measures. 12 people were killed when a crowd surged at a popular Hindu shrine in Kashmir. The following headlines are from the week. 15 TV shows to watch in early 2022. Why Joe Biden should fear the Omicron blues. 5 cartoons about another COVID New Year. Is Omicron less severe? It's complicated. 5 midterm races to watch in 2022. These are the news headlines for today, Sunday, January 2nd. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the 3rd most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The next news is from Politico. Hundreds of House districts are being redrawn. Here's who's winning and losing. Paris institutes outdoor mask mandate, starting Friday. Officials, nearly 1,000 homes destroyed in Colorado wildfire. On busy first day, NYC mayor urges resiliency against pandemic. New Year's Rose Parade proceeds despite COVID-19 surge. The left is already looking to 2024. Some want to see a Biden primary challenge. He was the West's most important undercover spy. An affair brought it all down. Efforts to Trump-proof presidential certification crash into congressional realities. Bernard Carrick provides batch of documents to January 6 Select Committee. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Firefighters battle blaze at South Africa's Parliament building in Cape Town. Labour promises strategic shipping fleet to secure supplies for Australia. Frog tails over easy. I'm back. The Minor dominant in win over Aredinius Medvedev suffers shock loss. Race-by-race previews and tips for Maruia on Monday. Canberra contingent aiming to steal show on Maruia Cup Day. We want 5-0 feet, Lion calls for Ashes smash-up, then World Crown. Deadline facing Djokovic's vaccine-exempt players arrive in Australia. Zombie cells point to shorter life on Mars. Police investigate historical sexual abuse complaint from 1985 Australian under-19 cricket tour. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. NerdWallet, is pet health insurance worth it? Here's what to know before you buy it. Help me retire. I'm 49, my wife is 34, we have 4 kids and $2.3 million saved. I earn $300K a year but lose a lot of sleep worrying about tomorrow. When can I retire? In one chart, the 10 most expensive climate change disasters of 2021 cost $170 billion, and this U.S. storm was number 1. This Sunbelt city has seen the U.S.'s sharpest decline in housing affordability over the past year. Outside the box, the U.S. is falling behind in fighting cybercriminals. Here's what has to change. Financial crime, hidden drains and secret pumps, how a Seattle company evaded the EPA to dump toxic water into Puget Sound for years. Outside the box, the supply chain disaster is actually good news, for these 3 reasons. Newswatch, the S&P 500 beat both Dow and Nasdaq in 2021 by the widest margin in 24 years. Here's what history says happens in 2022. TaxWatch, 5 ways to get a bigger and quicker tax refund. Economic report, buyers will get creative. The rate of home price growth is slowing, but buyers cannot catch a break. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. What to watch in 2022, the biggest IP cases coming up, Law 360. Vivo marked another blockbuster year 2021, filled with innovation and growth, Oya News. The next headlines are from Quartz. 2021 in review. India's wasted youth. The following headlines are from Tech Dirt. Gaming like it's 1926. Join the 4th annual Public Domain Game Jam. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Loud boom Pittsburgh. Powerball numbers. Max Julian. Noah Cyrus. Tottenham. Soylent Green. Kirk Herbstreit. Happy New Year. Iowa State basketball. WWE Day 1. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. CCP extending 3 warfare strategy into space, expert. The world is ill prepared to prevent another pandemic. The ungracious, and their demonization of the past. Imperialist Russia, 4 Western provocations that led to the current US-Russia crisis. Texas audit finds over 11,000 potential non-citizens register to vote, other problems. China releases astonishing images of Mars taken by Tianwen-1 spacecraft. The last great inflation. Iraqis threaten to burn down embassy of the Great Devil to mark Soleimani anniversary. Omicron offers an off-ramp from our failed pandemic policy. Judge delivers major setback to Prince Andrew in lawsuit filed by Epstein victim. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. China says positive changes as COVID cases ease in Xi'an. Senegal accused Watford of blocking SARS AFCON participation. A lineage of failed daughters. In pictures, aftermath of the Marshall Fire in Colorado. India needs to protect its farmers against neo-colonial agendas. Iran calls for UN action on U.S. overkilling of Qasem Soleimani. Tunisia calls Mount for release of detained Netta official. South Korean enters North Korea in rare defection. Israel hits Hamas positions in Gaza after rocket attacks. South Africa, Parliament building in Cape Town catches fire. The next headlines are from Breitbart. New York City Mayor Eric Adams called 911 to report a straight 5 hours after being sworn in. Exclusive, J.D. Vance, the desire to safely and securely live in a community is under assault. Democrat strategist, cynical elites and politicians divide Democrats and Republicans. CNN's Chelian, covering Biden may be a bit easier than Trump because of the deliberate misinformation and lying under Trump. GOP Rep Miller Meeks, Fauci is silent on the border while he floats air travel vaccine mandate. 10 Joe Biden 2021 blunders that killed the American energy renaissance. The next headlines are from UPI News. Ice will be heated for outdoor NHL Winter Classic. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Hugh Jackman is the best. Watch him become Wolverine for a fan right into his phone. The small victories that make a huge difference in our daily lives. Families spent Christmas Eve rescuing 6 elk trapped in frozen river after falling through ice. Look. Watch 2 cats experience snow for the first time, adorably shaking their paws with each step. The 2022 New Year's horoscopes from Rob Bresney's Free Will Astrology. Beaver saved from euthanasia transform and replenish rivers in the Utah desert. How about it for humanity's first 3D printed home on East Coast sold to single mom with touching history. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Sunday, January 2nd. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Coronavirus pandemic, Antarctic outpost hit by COVID-19 outbreak. To learn Klingon or Esperanto, what invented languages can teach us. Store clerk arrested for allegedly beating customer having a seizure with a stick. Bombay woman allegedly sacked from Church of Ubuntu for getting COVID jab. You've won your weight in oysters, note in shells stops thieves. You have no idea how hard it is to get a hamster drunk. The weather is expected to be so cold for Saturday's National Hockey League's Outdoor Winter Classic that the ice will have to be heated. Cops, defendant faked positive COVID-19 test. The governor of Missouri still doesn't know how websites work. Space colonists will likely resort to cannibalism, scientist says. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Wanna buy an e-bike? Here are our top picks from 2021. How to make espresso at home without breaking the bank. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Sunday, January 2nd from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. The triple team, defensive weaknesses revealed in Jazz's loss to Warriors. I don't want to take my pads off, Utah's Britton Covey says after scoring 2 touchdowns in his final college football game. Golden State Warriors rally in the fourth quarter for 123-116 win over Utah Jazz. Rose Bowl, Ohio State outlasts Utah, 48-45, after Cam Rising leaves with injury. Gordon Monson, Utah ends a season filled with victory with a hurtful defeat in the Rose Bowl. Ohio State targeted Utah's Micah Bernard, the fill-in corner gave us everything he had in Rose Bowl loss, Kyle Whittingham says. Utes walk-on Bryson Barnes throws touchdown pass in Rose Bowl after Cam Rising leaves with injury. Rose Bowl Hive blog, with a late field goal, Ohio State rallies to beat Utah 48-45. Utah has nearly 100 crashes over New Year's Eve. New Year brings Utah its highest testing demand for COVID-19. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. AI-generated New Year's resolutions exhibited by the Smithsonian. The books Bill Gates enjoyed reading in 2021. China speeds up moon base plan in space race against America. Year 2022 bug breaks email delivery for Microsoft Exchange on-premise servers. 17-year-old beats Magnus Carlsen in World Rapid Chess Championship. Scotland will pardon thousands of witches. 4,346 flights cancelled on New Year's Day. U.S. government requests 2-week delay for 5G deployment, citing aviation safety. Bank accidentally deposits $176 in people's accounts on Christmas Day. With Webb telescope's mid-booms extended, sunshield takes shape. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Blues win Winter Classic game against Wild. St. Louis plow companies prepare for first test from winter. Winter storm brings light ice, snow to St. Louis. Suspect charged in fatal shooting of man in Overland. Missing 2-year-old girl found safe. Amtrak to reduce Missouri service to 1 daily round trip. Man fatally shot Saturday afternoon in St. Louis. U.S. Rep. Mary Miller nets Trump endorsement, will challenge Davis. St. Louis Symphony Orchestra postpones Sunday concert. 2,300 U.S. flights canceled amid outbreak. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Heavy fire breaks out in an active cross-border railway tunnel. Minimum wage increases to $15 in San Diego. San Diego-based the UPS store wins top award at Rose Parade. Apartment blaze in Claremont Mesa East injures 1 resident. One dead in stabbing from group fight. Cool weekend, possible frost expected in certain parts of county. Illegal handicapped parking, $1.50 and collected in fines by city in 2021. COVID hospitalizations near 600 in San Diego County. Here's what 2022's hottest housing markets have in common. Man pushed in front of freight train, killed without provocation at Old Town Station. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Sunday, January 2nd, 2022. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Pope on New Year, pandemic is hard, but focus on the good. Moral compass, requiem for South Africa's Archbishop Tutu. DeRozan beats the buzzer again, giving Bulls 7 straight wins. Warriors rally in the fourth quarter for 123-116 win over Jazz. 13 years since Oscar Grant was killed at Fruitvale BART station in Oakland. Garoppolo listed as doubtful against Texans, 49ers punter off COVID list. Bill Belichick's New Year's resolution saga ends with this answer. NBA calls up 4th G League ref, Hawks McMillan in protocols. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. US over Canada easily, Russia beats France at ADP Cup. Short-handed Clippers rally to beat Nets 120-116. Jokic, Campazzo helped Nuggets to 124-111 round of Rockets. Ole Miss QB Matt Corral injured in Sugar Bowl. 2 charged with attempted murder in Elgin shooting. Bitter cold set to follow New Year's Day snow in Chicago. Fresh start, New Year's babies give parents a reason to hope, dream. Police shoot juvenile in Westmont BMW burglary, 3 charged. FBI seeks information on man who robbed Elmhurst Bank. 3 men dead after wrong-way crash on I-290 near Mannheim. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in Belize, Costa Rica, Guatemala, Honduras, Nicaragua. Drought is ongoing in Mozambique. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Paraguay, Uruguay. Drought is ongoing in Democratic Republic of Congo, Kenya, Somalia, Tanzania, Uganda. Drought is ongoing in Syria, Turkey. Drought is ongoing in Algeria, Spain, Morocco, Tunisia. Drought is ongoing in Bangladesh, India, Myanmar. Drought is ongoing in Kazakhstan, Russia, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. Drought is ongoing in Angola, Democratic Republic of Congo, Republic of Congo. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Sunday, January 2nd in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Learn from the experts how to save money on your power bill. LSU lassos K-State to win Texas Bowl's annual Rodeo Bowl. Family urges people to drive carefully after helping victims of deadly New Year's Day crash. Airline woes continue with 2,400 U.S. flights canceled amid outbreak. Woman shot and killed outside Southwest Houston hookah bar is city's first murder in 2022. New Year's Rose Parade proceeds despite COVID-19 surge. There is still time to protect your home and furry friends from the freeze. Protect your home before the cold front this Sunday. Arctic front arrives tonight, gusty winds could knock out power for some. No deaths reported in Ferocious Colorado wildfire, it may be a New Year's miracle, governor says. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Flu is making a comeback in US after an unusual year off. Fire hit South Africa's Parliament building in Cape Town. Richardson, Young Help Oregon Rally, beat Utah 79-66. Kings beat Flyers 6-3, McClellan gets 500th coaching win. Canucks score 3 in third period to topple Kraken 5-2. Climate change, new construction mean more ruinous fires. Number 6 Baylor tops number 8 Ole Miss in Sugar Bowl, Corral hurt. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Eric Adams' first day as mayor rocked by off-duty NYPD policeman grazed by bullet. NY will no longer prosecute children under the age of 12. We basically have this down to a science. Sanitation crews collect up to 40 tons of New Year's Eve debris. Photos, Times Square welcomes 2022 with masked and vaxxed crowd. Here are 4 key challenges Mayor Eric Adams faces as he takes office. Eric Adams sworn in as 110th New York City Mayor. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. UN provides life-saving aid for refugees and migrants in Mexico, as numbers soar. Waves of Haitians risk treacherous sea journey to find better life. First person, combating stereotypes to prevent violence against women in Azerbaijan. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. Microplastics contaminating food and drinks may be fueling a dramatic rise in bowel diseases. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Yes, researchers extracted human DNA from head lice on mummies. Julius Caesar, he came, he saw, he conquered a calendar and gave us New Year's Day. Did archaeologists make a discovery inside a Roman toilet? We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. How the red carpet roared back in 2021. Caroline Shaw on writing classical music fan fiction, and her top 4 desert island songs. The 22 most hotly anticipated albums of 2022, from Mitski and The Weeknd to Cardi B. The biggest unanswered questions in the grisly murder saga. This is Israel's Nixon moment. Have we really found Mary Magdalene's birthplace? Europe's most scenic train ride takes you places you didn't think a train could go. How anime porn became a weapon for rival terror groups on Facebook. Student loans were created to punish poor people, says former Bernie staffer. Peter Dinklage is craving anarchy after Game of Thrones. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Go wireless in 2022 with this 2-pack of magnetic wireless chargers. Giants vs. Bears, preview, predictions, what to watch for. Powerball jackpot climbs to $522 million. Jets vs. Buccaneers, preview, predictions, what to watch for. Jets must treat Buccaneers game like their Super Bowl. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. COVID-19 continues to disrupt holiday travel. World rings in the new year as Omicron cases surge. The following headlines are from alienUFOsightings.com. Donut UFO over Switzerland defies explanation. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Mayor Adams hits the ground running in first day and promises to get stuff done as New York City's 110th mayor. 3 people missing after fire destroys almost 1,000 homes in Denver suburbs. Los Angeles Police Department officer shattered after mistakenly shooting teen at Burlington Coat Factory. The 10 richest people added more than $400 billion to their worth in 2021. Suspected cop killer taken into custody in Indiana, second person arrested. Georgia mom sold 5-year-old daughter for sex before she was killed, cops say. 21 people rescued after being stranded in tram cars overnight in New Mexico mountains. 2 people shot, injured at Mall of America on New Year's Eve. Student athlete sues former football coaches for allegedly forcing him to eat pepperoni pizza despite religious beliefs. Shocking crimes across the U.S. A 2021 trademark. The following headlines are from military.com. U.S. Army pays tribute to Betty White's World War II volunteer service. Navy rebuts recommendation to close Red Hill fuel tanks in Hawaii. Yemen officials, Saudi airstrike kills 12 troops by mistake. And Korea's Kim vows to boost military, maintain virus curbs. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Then, as now, people just wanted a return to normalcy, looking back at New Year's expectations a century ago. As federal case still orbits Madigan, what's next for the ComEd bribery probe? COVID-19 relief money is helping prop up Chicago's 2022 budget, but with a sizable tax increase and an election year looming, what happens when that's gone? 2 inches of snow at both airports recorded as storm grips Chicago area, weather officials say. 3 Chicago men dead after wrong-way crash on Ike, state police. Man dies after Roseland dog attack, officials say. First snow of 2022. Controversial downstate freshman GOP Rep Mary Miller to primary veteran Republican U.S. Rep Rodney Davis after Trump endorsement. Man fatally wounded early Saturday in Englewood neighborhood, female victim shot dead in Humboldt Park neighborhood. The following headlines are from FIS.org. 3 people missing in Colorado wildfire. France bans plastic packaging for fruit and veg. Taking a step back, U.S. colleges returning to online classes. How a handful of prehistoric geniuses launched humanity's technological revolution. Jaguar released in Argentina to help endangered species. Colorado wildfire took hold in blink of an eye, Governor. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Sunday, January 2nd, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. Fungi are capturing more carbon than we thought. Arctic lightning linked to climate change. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. 4 Paris Saint-Germain players test positive for COVID-19. Overnight storms bring damage to parts of U.S. South. Bus with mourners veers off Nepal highway, killing 7. Want a coronavirus test with your Viagra? Fire ravages Cape Town, seat of South Africa's parliament. Kraken keep finding ways to lose in home loss to Canucks. Killingsworth lifts UC San Diego over CS Northridge 72-64. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. How to watch Ravens vs. Rams, game time, TV, odds and a Week 17 rooting guide. 3 keys to a Jets victory over Tom Brady, Buccaneers. Word game, January 2nd, 2022. Horoscopes January 2nd, 2022, Kate Bosworth, look around you and initiate change. Bridge, January 2nd, 2022. Ask Amy, must I bite my tongue even if I see a train wreck coming? Dear Abby, he said he'll divorce me if I oppose these family sleepovers. Saturday Night 5, an epic Rose Bowl, a brutal bowl season and our look at what ails the Pac-12. Warriors keep pace atop of Western Conference with road win over Utah Jazz. Wicker, resourceful youth stare right into the Buckeyes and don't blink until the end. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. National Capital Region records first homicide hours into the new year. Bernard Kerik releases some docs to January 6 committee, withholds others pending deposition details. Montana Dem breaks with his party, boasts rural sensibilities in long shot bid for House seat. NYC police officer shot while resting in car between shifts. Famous Key West boy burned after two set tree on fire. Fears grow that cyber chaos will spark wars as hack attacks become more aggressive. New Year's travel snarled by winter weather, Omicron spike. NYC Mayor Eric Adams witnesses brawl, calls 911 on his first subway ride to City Hall. Police, shooting kills to at New Year's Eve party in Virginia. Eric Adams enters office as New York City mayor. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Vaccine passports are here to stay, why worry? This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Sunday, January 2nd, 2022. Now more. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. 3 dead after wrong-way crash on I-290. Notre Dame blows 21-point lead, falls to Oklahoma State in Fiesta Bowl. Horoscope for Sunday, January 2nd, 2022. Teen boy shot in Humboldt Park. Bulls DeMar DeRozan plays King of the Fourth at the Horn again. A burning issue, building more natural gas power plants hurts the environment. Gusty winds, 7 inches possible as first snowstorm of season hits Chicago. Man shot teen in Burham, set body on fire, prosecutors. Chris Fleming's showcase as the Bulls' acting head coach coming to a close. This you gotta see, football, what football? It's basketball time for the Big Ten. The next headlines are from the Times of India. Kohli has been phenomenal despite noise around him, Dravid. Take measures to avoid mixing up of vaccines. Tell us if you are a Pegasus victim, says SC panel in public notice. Rollies earned over Rs 500 CR from tactical tickets in pandemic. Earlier Mafia had free running up, now government plays jail game with them. Gadgets Now Awards, vote for your favorite budget smartphone. Corona letter, Omicron spares the lungs, studies suggest. New COVID cases mild, asymptomatic, no need for panic, Delhi CM. How the iPhone may help you sleep better. 2 new Omicron symptoms that have come to light. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Sunday, January 2nd, 2022. Now more. The next headlines are about world records making news. Now that's rural, Joe said Lasek, Lazy J Longhorns, Hayes Post. Swimming World January 2022 presents, A Voice for the Sport, Change is Afoot for FINA, by Editor-in-Chief John Lone, Swimming World Magazine. World records for Bender, Durenter and Chris Henkana at Astaguru Modern Art Sale, Outlook India. BTS, Jungkook shares pics with dogs, calls them Bam's Hyungs, sets new Instagram record with first post of 2022, Hindustan Times. Guinness World Record Fireworks UAE New Year Fireworks Abu Dhabi Happy New Year Sheikh Zayed Festival, Oakland News Now. Tirupati Trekker set new world record, The Hunts India. Top 10 World Records of 2021 from the World Record Academy, World Record Academy. Atlantis, the Palm and Mo and Shandon achieves Guinness World Record, Sakshi English. Hyderabadi painter creates Guinness World Record, Telangana Today. New Zealand's Ross Taylor retires with unbreakable world record, Sunday Observer. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Airbnb will hide guests' first names in Oregon until bookings are confirmed to fight discrimination. Thousands learned that extra money in their account is no Christmas gift, it's a $176 million bank error. A look back at Betty White's nerdiest roles. Pokémon Legends, Arceus commercial will take your breath of the wild away. Alan Moore's legendary Miracleman run is getting an omnibus. Peacemaker rings in 2022 with a delightfully stupid trailer. Scientists fail to find a DIY hangover cure that actually works. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Ancona in Italy at 120.2 degrees Fahrenheit or 49 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Ozhmyshkin in Russia at minus 71.14 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 57.3 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. HBO Max rings in a raunchy new year with Peacemaker Red Band trailer. Noble woman's tomb reveals new secrets of ancient Rome's highly durable concrete. To learn Klingon or Esperanto, what invented languages can teach us. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Trump appointed judge sides with cops who brutalized protesters. Robert Reich has the perfect answer to Trumpism. Have you seen these people? Here are some of the 350 insurrectionists the FBI is still looking for. Anti-vaxxer riding around with fake badge after claiming he'd perform citizens' arrests. Line rupture has resulted in biggest spill, 7 million gallons of raw sewage flowing into LA waterway. Madison Cawthorn mocked for claim founding fathers would be horrified by US Today, you'd be at the gallows. January 6th anniversary may be exploited by threat actors, officials. Marjorie Taylor Greene's latest rant falsely claims anti-vaxxers are being denied treatment. Former U.S. attorney cautions Giuliani colleague he's sadly mistaken he thinks he has executive privilege. This is a really big deal, reporter warns January 6th committee might have enough to incriminate Trump and his sons. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. Hey celebrities, you cannot sell NFTs and say you're helping the planet. Sleuthing for Al Hirschfeld in the caricaturist's first biography. The following items are today's top search results for the term neuroplasticity. Science, the psychedelics resurgence, Dawn.com. The next items are the top results for news about longevity and immortality. BP Wildland Sound Northwest, blinded by sound. Enbland Sound FQY, blinded by sound. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Sunday, January 2nd, 2022 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. UFOs UAP, tell the truth say military veterans. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Sunday, January 2nd, 2022. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News i8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News i8. All rights reserved.